Hello, everybody. Listen, happy Friday. Today, I would like to talk to you about the business lessons that I learned in 2024 and like give you a little bit of a perspective because a lot of business owners that I talk to online, they say, "Hey, I want to make a change. I'm thinking about making a change. I'm thinking about making a pivot." And also, I was like, if you've been following me like this week, you know that I share about my pivot, how I pivoted in my business, and the lessons that I learned, and it sparked a lot of really, really genuine conversations. And I First of all, I want to thank everybody for being so open, so vulnerable, and for your support, for showing up on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on other social media platforms, and showing me so much grace, so much support, so much love. So, first of all, let me know where you're watching me from. I see Mariam watching me on Instagram. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here. As you're joining me on LinkedIn, as you're joining me on YouTube, let me know where you're watching me from. Let me know where you're watching me from. So, uh, one important lesson. So, like my intention for this live stream, I want you to walk away with one thing, one little thing that you can implement in your business, not tomorrow, today. Simple one thing before you change anything in your business, before you start thinking about how scaling, pivoting, upscaling, descaling, changing anything, changing your offer, upgrading your offer. I want you to walk away from this live stream with one simple thing. And if I achieve that in this live stream, like my mission is accomplished, okay? Okay, so let me know. Say hello in the chat. Tell me where you're watching me from. And I want to welcome everybody. Hello, hello, hello from Atlanta. Listen, ATL is calling my name. I want to visit Atlanta so bad. It's definitely on my list. Like that, it's definitely on my list. Like it sounds like a fun city, and it sounds like I will enjoy that too. So hello from Atlanta. So let's talk about the essential component for every pivot, for every change that must happen in your business. So the essential component for any success when you're changing anything in your business is incremental changes. Incrementality is the key. In corporate, listen, in corporate, we have this concept of A/B testing. So in A, like if you are not familiar, Miriam, you probably are familiar with the A/B testing. With A/B testing, we test variable A, see how it performs, collect the data, and then we test variable B and see how it performs, and we collect the data, and then we compare the data, and then we decide which variation is most profitable and most sustainable for our business, right? This is how big businesses are operating. A lot of Unfortunately, a lot of entrepreneurs, like, we think, oh, like, I need to make a change, I need to make a pivot, I need to change my offer. I'm just gonna change everything. I'm just gonna change everything at once and just go ahead and run with it. So, uh, tell us once we know if you got a link in. Yes. So, and this is essential. So, before making any changes, before we make any changes, like it is like for first and foremost, it is so essential to understand what is working, and what is not working, and incremental changes is the key, right? So I'm going to give you a little bit of a background story. Like, I'm going to give you a little bit of background story in my perspective, how you can really look at your business, really unemotionally, objectively, and start implementing those small changes one step at a time. So, like, because this is my goal. So you walk away with one thing, with one thing that you can do, that you can start doing today. So I started my business. My first offer was a career coaching offer for software engineers. And a lot of my clients who came to the door, they were either software engineers, iOS developers. And if you don't know what iOS developer is, it's a developer who does mobile applications, right? So they came to, like, they either got laid off or they were experiencing challenges in their career, right? That's one, like, or they wanted to change their career to something else. Another type of clients that would come to the door, they were consultants, freelancers, or course creators or mentors. They wanted to mentor people and teach people how to break into tech, or how to, like, or how to run the business. So those are two types of clients, right? This is preface what happened before. So and that business ran fairly successfully. I got clients when I started my business in corporate. I got clients. I got laid off. It's not like I got laid off. I started a business. No, like I was in corporate. I started landing clients, and I got laid off. So, and I was able to actually replace my engineering salary, like, from my business. So this is what happened before. This is the picture before. And what was happening, I had a big vision for my business, and I had a really huge, really huge passion for entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship, because as I was learning the skills, how to position your offer, how to sell your offer, the right messaging, how to connect with people, social selling. I like, well, this is easy. Like, if you position your offer correctly, and if you talk to the right people, this is fairly easy. Like, I want other entrepreneurs to know the same thing. So that was my preface, and I started testing that theory. Like, can I deliver? Right? Can I deliver? I started talking to people in these. So I started it right. See, like, I started it right. I started selling it privately in the DMs, talking to my clients if they want to try it out. And I validated my theory. Like, okay, like, one client got $25,000 in one single day, not income claim. Another client earned like 15K. Another client transfer was able to elevate his course to a premium mentorship offer. So, like, that was amazing. And, like, okay, apparently the market is ready. Apparently next year, January 1st, I can just wake up, choose violence, and just go with a new offer, right? I was terribly wrong. Even though I validated the theory, like, can I deliver results? Yes. Do I have the expertise? Yes, because my clients got the results. I got the results for myself. I was able to replace my salary. I was able to run profitable business. So I can do the same thing. And a lot of the time when we're thinking about the offer, when we're thinking about the pivot, we think, well, I can do that. And we often, small business owners, we think, I can do the pivot, I can do the change because I can do that. Just because you can doesn't mean you should do it abruptly, okay? So, what I did, I missed, like, one huge step that I missed when I was changing things. I missed the incremental steps. Remember, at the beginning of livestream, we're talking about A/B testing. We're talking about A/B testing. Test, like, one thing at a time, right? So, I changed everything, and I started connecting with new audience. I started connecting with new business owners. So, but for any successful business, for any successful offer to actually succeed and actually sell, like, there are three components that you must have in your business. Three C's: consistent content creation. Like, that's, like, I have that. I post content consistently. Consistent messaging. And consistent messaging was the problem for me, because even though I had one center topic that I was talking about in his social selling, in his messaging and positioning, in his high ticket sales, in his how to get clients. But the messaging about positioning and messaging was inconsistent. The delivery, right? The vehicle of transformation was not consistent. So consistency was the problem, and consistent value, right? Consistent content, consistent messaging, consistent value. So drop in the chat what resonates with you. Like what resonates with you. Like if it resonates, drop 3C. 3C. Drop 3C in the chat if that resonates with you. So consistent messaging, consistent content, and consistent value. So if you miss one of the components, if you miss consistent content, if you miss consistent value, or if you, especially if you miss consistent messaging, this is a problem. Thank you. Like I see you. Like okay, see, I see you. I see you. I see you. Okay, I like, and that like that was essential. So if you are in this situation right now, when you think I need to upgrade my audience, because sometimes we need to upgrade our audience. Listen, if you attract the people who are not the right people, the next logical thing for you is to upgrade your audience. And no offense to anybody, but sometimes we do need to upgrade our audience. How do we do that? We don't just shift and change everything completely. We test one thing at a time, one variable at a time. Like, here's the thing. When you're starting anything new, you don't have the data. Even though I do amazing results to my clients, I was passionate about it. I am an entrepreneur. I am hanging out with other entrepreneurs. I don't know what, like, people are unpredictable. Just because you see something is working for somebody else, and somebody else has been working on that thing probably for 8 years, 10 years, 5 years, it doesn't mean that your audience will respond the same way. This is why 3Cs is important. Your consistent content, consistent messaging, and consistent value and incrementality. You change one thing, one step at a time, and that was missing. So if you like, here's one thing I want to take away from this live stream today. If you are upgrading your offer, changing your niche, changing your audience, think about what is working for you right now. Whether it is in terms of the profit, you see the monetary value, people come and people pay, or non-monetary value, something that creates community, something that like people resonate with, something that people, what is actually working. Because the truth about it's about duality. Like if something is not working, something is working. Life is not linear. If something is not working, something is working. So when you think that nothing is working right now, when you think that, okay, like what do I do now? Like look at what is working. Is it your community? Do you have really heartfelt conversations? Do you have do you have more coffee chats and discovery calls? What is actually working? Like my impressions, like whatever it is for you. I feel more in alignment. I feel more at peace. It can be external or internal. What is working? So you start with what is working. And now you take that piece that is working and think, okay, out of 99 problems that I have right now in my business, what is one element, what is one problem I can test right now and see the results of my test? Because pivot is not an event, it is a process, and it starts with thorough testing. Pivot is not an event, it is a process, and it starts with testing. And you got to be patient with yourself. And I talked to a lot of y'all, and a lot of y'all said, I'm giving myself grace, and good for you. Give yourself grace and space to test and see and be patient with the process. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. So I have a question for audience. What one thing you can test right now in your business? What is one thing, one simple thing? I don't need you to like write down the strategy for Q1. I don't need you to write the content plan for the next week. What is one thing you would like to test today and see if it's working? And some of you might wonder, how long should I test my hypothesis? How long should my test be? And I would say every decent test should run for 90 days, minimum 30 days, 90 days, because a lot of business owners, myself included, I'm there too. We are so impatient. We think because the idea is good, or we think that the idea is good, that idea should work instantaneously, should work like tomorrow, should work like next day, next week. But it is a process. And this is where consistency in your messaging comes up. You have to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. You will get tired of your messaging. You will get tired of your messaging. But here's the thing, because you said something on Monday and you said the same thing in a different form, in a different way on Wednesday, and you have repeated yourself in a different way on Friday, and doesn't mean it means that like three different people from your audience probably saw that message, because only probably 2 to 5% of your audience actually sees your content. So when you are repeating yourself, you actually you creating that consistency in your messaging. We have a question here. What are some examples we might test? Like, great question. One of the examples that you might test is, what do you promise to your audience? Like, how do you help them? And it depends also, it depends also what is your intention with the test. Let's say you want to bring more sophisticated buyer, right? You want to bring people who have more sophisticated problem. So think about what do they what how you can help them right now, and what language would they use, and start using that language in your content on the elevated level, and use that language, use that consistent messaging for at least 30 to 90 days and see what happens. And more importantly, listen, I have to bring up like one important component that I use in my business. I develop OTP triangle framework. OTP triangle framework. It is offer, traffic, and positioning. Positioning, it is consistency in your messaging, but you have to bring the right people to your traffic, right? You have to connect with the right people. You have to bring people to your network. And it's easy, and it's easier to do on LinkedIn. I'm sure you can do the same thing on Instagram. And on Instagram works a little bit differently. Okay. Like I'm learning Instagram. So but like on LinkedIn, you can intentionally go after people at the higher level, or like you make an assumption that like these people at the higher level, they're more sophisticated customers. So, and start using more sophisticated language for 90 days in your content, and see what you land, and see what you land. You can also test a different marketing vehicle. Let's say you have never tested live streams. For the next 90 days, go live once or twice a week and engage with your network and see what it does. And see what it does, and see what it does. And again, it can translate into monetary value. It can translate into like you are here engaging, you are here participating, I see really, really good community here. So like that's the data. And that's like, okay, I should do more lives, right? Or I should continue to do lives. So this thing we might like we might test. We might test. Okay, I have a little bit of time for Q&A. What questions do you have? So we just cover like the thing what we can test. So like, oh yeah, I want to do more live events 2025. Yes. Listen, one thing I like about live streams, it is low lift effort, right? I'm experimenting webinars, and webinars is not my unique ability. This is something that I'm testing. Um, but lives, it is actually low lift activity where you can just go live and you can just talk to people. People don't have to register, and then you can like screenshot your phone and follow up with them and say, hey, what resonated with you from my live stream, and engage with them. On LinkedIn is a little different. Like you can see the comments. Like LinkedIn actually doesn't delete the comments that people leave during live stream, right? Like it's a little different. um so like that's what you think. Okay, we have another question. Okay, yeah. Question. Is it possible to post pre-recorded video on LinkedIn? Yes, it is possible with a third-party application. If you use Restream and if you use um, higher tier, like I think medium tier pro, you can post an hour of your video as a pre-recorded um, live stream, and you can do that. And you can absolutely do that. And I think if I finish this live stream like before 30 minutes with my current plan, because listen, I'm not paying $50 just to go like two, 3 times a week, and I don't do like pre-recorded live streams as often. But if it is your preference, or let's say life is lifing, but you know you have to go live, right? Life is lifing. We're busy entrepreneurs, but you must go live. What you can do, you can pre-record your live in Restream and go live. And you don't have to tell people like, oh, I'm pre-recording live. No, no, just say what you gotta say and go live. Listen, if you are making changes in your business, like if you want to talk, if you want to see like, okay, how do I bring that vision to life? How do I create consistency in my messaging? How do I elevate my offer to a more sophisticated audience? Send me a DM. I would like to chat with you. Also, if something resonated with you from this live stream, please share with your audience on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and also like tell me in the DMs what resonated with you. What resonated with you? Okay, was it useful, y'all? Let me know in the comments. Was it useful? Was it useful? What is one takeaway you're walking away from this live stream? Because remember at the beginning of the live stream, I said like I want you to walk away with one thing that you're gonna do in your business today. What is one thing that you're going to be doing or that you're going to implement in your business today? What is one thing that you are going to implement in your business today? I'm curious to know. You like, listen, Instagram is on fire, LinkedIn is on fire. I like, thank you so much for your participation. I like that. I like that. I like my community. And by the way, really, really good question on replays. And listen, one thing about live streams, right? It's not about going live or do pre-recorded. It is about your messaging, right? It is about how you articulate your value and how you create your community. And the idea of live stream is create community. I'm engaging with you. I'm talking to you right now, right? I'm talking to you right now. And it's not like the idea of live stream, and this is different from a video. It's not me talk at you. It's not me just presenting a lecture, but rather engage with you. Collect the data, see what questions you have, gather people around, encourage you to connect with each other, right? Encourage you to network with each other. This is a community creation element. If your goal, if your objective to create educational or converting piece of content, that can be a podcast, that can be a video podcast. It doesn't have to be live. The idea of life is to create community. And if you do pre recorded video, if you do pre recorded live, make sure that you come to the community and you engage in the comments. Like, this is what I did for Black Friday for Black businesses, by the way. Like, when I was playing the replay, I was streaming the replay. Uh, I came to the comments and I just engage with the community because this is like this is crucial. It is a community element. The same thing for YouTube. Like, if you're a YouTuber and if you want to do live, the idea of going live on YouTube is to create community. This is essential. So, Jennifer, if your intention to create video to like create conversion video or promotional video or educational video, just create a video and share that as a post on LinkedIn. You don't have to go live. But if your goal is to create community, gather people around, you can absolutely do that as a pre-recorded live stream. But like, your engagement with the people on the live stream is a must. Like, was it helpful? Was it helpful? Let me know in the comments. Was it helpful? All right. Listen, thank you so much for coming in today. Amazing live stream. I enjoy doing pop-up live streams. Sometimes I do them on Monday. Sometimes I do them in the middle of the week. My Monday was crazy. I wanted to go live yesterday, but like, yesterday was crazy too. So like, it's a life of entrepreneurship, right? Like, so is it possible to pre-recorded videos on the schedule on repeat? Yes, it is. Like, it is possible if you do, like, if you like, it is possible in Restream, right? It is not possible natively, but it is possible on Restream. And like the bottom line is like, what is your intention with the videos, right? Like, this is the most important thing, because live streams are really good at, like, creating starting conversations. And if it is more educational and if it is more so you are um, teaching something or you're teaching people how to think, like, then it can be a podcast or it can be a post or it can be a podcast, or you record a little um, clip, as a vertical video. You post it on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is prioritizing video right now, and you drive traffic to your podcast from your little videos. So like, there's so many ways, like, and like, it really depends on the intention, right? Behind the video, but you can absolutely put them on the replay. Let's say you went live in the morning and you want to replay that live later in the evening. You can absolutely do that. Like, that Restream is really good at it. So like, that's, and like, should be a DM. Let me know what is your intention for replaying live stream. So I would like to talk about that as well. All right. Whew. That was good today. Thank you so much. I will see you next week. Next week, we're going to talk about how to bring aligned clients and with your pivot, with your change, because I know a lot of us are making changes. So next week, we talk about how to align your audience with your changes. So stay tuned. All right. Bye, y'all. Love y'all.